How about we do some global goat fire?
Let's do it.
All right. These questions are from the GOAT fans. Continue to shoot us your messages. We want to know what floats your GOAT. First question. This one comes from Eric M. And he's asking us the best submission guy or artist in MMA history. Ooh, guys, what do you think about this?
So many of them.
There's so many of them. When I think of submission guys, I'm generally just Brazilians. They had pretty much invented it.
Yeah.
The Gracie family. Did they? Did they not? They just founders.
So the Gracie invented jiu-jitsu. The UFC is the invention of the UFC is like a propaganda for jiu-jitsu. They want to put all the martial arts together to see to show the world that jiu-jitsu is better and would to see it against other ones.
Okay.
Then the MMA kind of built up on that. People started picking big stuff here and there, and now we have MMA.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of guys that come to mind for me. Obviously, Du Bronx Oliveira. That guy holds a record that probably won't be beaten for who knows how long. 16 submissions in the UFC. Damian Maia.
Yeah.
Guys like that. Anderson Silva. I like when heavyweights take some limbs, like Frank Mir and guys like Josh Barnett. Those guys had lots of fights. I love my Pride days.
Oh yeah.
Fedor, he was a good artist. Nogueira brothers.
Yeah.
Do you guys have one in mind that? I know it's the best overall, but a single best submission. Can you think of one? Like, what's the best submission ever? Like that you saw out of a fighter?
That's easy. That's the fight that actually got me interested in MMA. I was with my family having dinner in a pub.
Yeah.
I used to train BJJ back, but like I was 12 years old, 13. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But I remember just being there in the corner of the TV. We had the Silva Sone 1, where Anderson was getting beat up for fucking 4.5 rounds, and you're just okay. He's gonna lose. There's nothing else to do, and he pulled that triangle choke from nowhere with a broken rib. That's what got me more into MMA, more interested in the sport. So, at the end of the day, that's submission. It's not the most plastic, it's not the most fancy, but that's the one that came to mind.
Triangle choke. It must feel good when you know you have the guy there.
Yeah, and just one more thing. You were talking about submission artists on the UFC.
Yeah.
One of the best to translate BJJ to MMA, Ronaldo Jacaré.
Who's that?
Ronaldo Jacaré.
Oh, okay.
He fought. He was a middleweight. He almost got a couple of shots, but he was training partners with Anderson, and they didn't want to fight together.
No. And he was lethal.
Later, one of the best to translate MMA to some Jiu-Jitsu MMA with Damian and everything. But GOAT as a submission artist, the GOAT is Charles de Bronx Oliveira.
Yeah.
He has a record, and he's not the best grappler, but he finishes fights.
Same with him. He's gotten tagged.
Yeah.
The last few fights, he drops, and that guy's so composed, finishes the other guys off. Like Gaethje. He's awesome. You know what submission memorable for me? Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson. Hey, that was the most amazing thing I've seen. UFC 216, I think it was. He put the guy in a suplex, and before he dropped him, he jumped up and put the guy in an armbar.
Yeah.
While he was kind of on the way down. Look it up, Gold fans. It's
beautiful. He got a side bot on the guy. He picks it up. He dumps him, and as he dumps, he slides his grip from the arm and sits on top of the arm. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. Oof.
Bigfoot, I'm just gonna ask you, what do you think about Khabib and his Makhachev? Like their fighting style, like What kind of fighting style is that, and why is it so hard to beat?
Because the guys have so much, they don't give you space. It's not the most beautiful, it's not the most completed fighting style. I think there's fighters that's more well-rounded, they better fighters overall, but it's effective. They gonna pressure you, they're gonna maul you, they're gonna like tangle with you, pin you down, and just gonna beat you to either a submission or a TKO.
Yeah.
They're super strong. Like those guys train. Like wrestlers, they are the people who have the best usually the best cardio in combat sport. Is like if you go to college wrestling right now and try like they warm up is just
Yeah.
I want to quit. Like I hate training with wrestlers because they just like non-stop. It's the mentality of how wrestling works. When we're striking, we have a pause. You can break in and out. They just keep going.
Yeah.
And the guys just put pressure.
That's like Covington. No one likes Covington, but I think he's going to do well against Edwards.
No, really?
I think he beats Edwards.
Yeah. Any submission guys you could think of, guys?
I'm just gonna go with Royce Gracie. I just remember
okay.
him. Yeah, the GOAT.
The
OG.
The OG.
I think he had the first ever submission win in UFC history too.
Well, I just remember him.
Yeah.
He was like using his like gi.
Okay, it's the first tap pound, but that was a weird submission because he was fighting. I forgot his name now. That boxer guy that had like one glove in and one hand was just
It's
wrapped.
like a video game back then, man.
And he just like put him against the back. He didn't try to go for any submission by then, but the guy just didn't know how to get up there, so he tapped.
Well, I know back in the day they never had weight classes, right? So he was fighting guys
That
like
was wicked.
60 pounds heavier than him and like submitting him easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of jiu-jitsu. The mentality was like using your opponent's weight against that. So that's the whole point of the Gracies wanted to do the UFC was like, even Royce itself, he wasn't the best Gracie on the family, but he was the guy that like looked smaller and could show would be better for the sport, for jiu-jitsu, for the family, for them to have that guy as the spokesperson, the brand
face,
name.
the face, yeah.
Thank you.
Yuchi, who's the guy that comes to mind for you?
That was the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The OG. I'm going to go with Oliveira.
Brazilian sweep.
And you know what? He's got another shot against Makhachev. I think he's going to adjust. Who knows? Makhachev, ferocious. We'll see.
Like, how do you train for Makhachev? That's what I want to know. What do you do to train for that guy? You know? Just cardio.
I think Volkanov's had a good game plan with him. He was switching stance in and out. Like you gotta be aware of the takedowns. You gotta be able to move a lot. It's very stressful. It's very exhausting. But it has to be a non-stop motion to beat those guys. And even he couldn't.
All right. That question was from Eric M. Thank you, buddy. All right. Next question, guys.